Hey everybody! Welcome to the Holding Court Podcast. Welcome back to the Holding Court Podcast.
So, Aaron, what's been going on for the past 3.5 years?
I'm Aaron Hertzog. That's Gregg Gethard. And we're back, you guys. A couple people liked the fact that we were coming back on Twitter. And that's why we did it. If nobody liked it...
For the 18 people who liked it on Twitter.
If nobody liked it, we weren't going to do it.
We're doing it for the fans.
But thanks to you, fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not doing this because we like it. We're doing this because you want it.
You need it.
So, Greg, how have you been for the past 3.5 years? We haven't seen each other, by the way.
3.5 years.
Greg and I have not seen each other in 3.5 years.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of catching up to do.
That's
mainly what this episode's going to be.
We haven't talked to each other on Facebook like every day.
Greg has a lot of stories to tell, and I have a lot of listening to do.
Yeah, I'm going to tell every story that's happened to me past 3.5 years.
Start from the start. From the last episode that we did. So like when
the last episode was the one with Tom Sharpley.
When Dan and Tom,
left,
came. When they left my apartment, what did
happened?
you do? Yeah. Did you guys go out for lunch?
I don't remember.
That's the first time you've ever said that in your entire life.
Entire life.
Yeah.
But you've had
You are a rockin' You are
yeah.
Spelled with an R-O-C-K, just like I said.
Yes. You've had several changes.
Since we've last podcasted, I moved to Los Angeles.
Yes.
I moved back to Philadelphia.
Yes.
And then I moved to New York.
Yes.
So I've been globetrotting.
Good. Yes. And I moved 2 blocks away.
Excellent. We're in your new mansion. We used to record in my mansion.
Yes.
And now we're recording
precariously bouncing your laptop on a windowsill.
Gregg's mansion.
Now we're in my mansion.
Yeah.
And you actually bought a microphone for this.
It's a lovely...
Which we never did.
Yeah, that's not true. We used to have a setup. We had a I had a soundboard. I had a setup.
And then remember when we used to do it, Dave?
He was very professional. Shout out to Dave Walk.
8 microphones and like boom mics and all this stuff.
Yeah, you could move them.
Yeah.
They had like spit guards on them. Is that what they're called? Spit guards?
Yeah.
I haven't watched any basketball since the last time we've done this. I'm kidding.
Aaron, real quick.
That's why we're bringing this back, because we are in an NBA renaissance.
Yes.
It is the greatest season of NBA basketball that I can... of my adult life.
Aaron,
I'm 31.
Yeah.
So, of my adult life.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Why do you have that dent in your face?
I was trying to win the game, and I got caught with an elbow.
Yeah. Andre Robertson's knee.
That was gruesome.
He hit you with like Daniel Bryan's finishing hold.
How does a face dent like that?
I have no...
What is your face made out of?
I don't know how faces
Is he like a Terminator? Is he like a steel skeleton?
Russell Westbrook, the way he's playing, could be the Terminator.
Like, that's the only way... Like, bone... That doesn't happen to bone. It'll just shatter.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't cave in a little bit. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
Or an expert on Terminators.
No. But I watched that game from start to finish last night. I was watching Russell Westbrook.
He's like, so good.
I don't get how he exists as a human being.
He just kicked into... I'm having fantasies of him becoming a Sixer. Because
it's never happening.
Somebody's leaving Oklahoma City, right? Somebody's leaving after next season.
Probably KD.
And you think they're going to keep Westbrook? Do both of them leave? Just one of them leave?
I don't know, but
he would be they're probably going to draft a guard in this year's draft.
He's not coming to Philadelphia.
Why not? It's a major market. They're a rebuilding team.
You and I both
be
love
a superstar.
We love
next Iverson. He steps in that Iverson role.
We love
he's not
the Sixers and what they've done.
He's not coming to Philly.
No. Don't get your hopes up.
Is anybody coming to Philly?
Do you know who I want to come to Philly?
Kawhi Leonard. Jimmy Butler.
Kawhi Leonard and Draymond Green are my 2 muscats.
Oh boy.
Because they can overpay for him. They'd have to overpay for either.
I don't think Leonard's leaving San Antonio.
Probably not.
I'm on I read an intriguing thing this week. I think it was on Grantland, so you can't really you can't really take it as it. But it was like
it was really wordy.
It was like they're what if they get Aldridge and Wesley Matthews?
Who, the Sixers?
No, the Spurs.
Oh, the
after
Spurs?
this season.
Oh yeah.
Because they're not going to get. Everybody thinks Gasol is going to go there, and Marc Gasol. He's probably not leaving Memphis. He went to high school there. He basically grew up there. He's
Double.
only played for them. Mark Double. But It's an intrigue. It was an intriguing theory that the Spurs are going to go after LaMarcus and Wesley Matthews and just and keep Kawhi Leonard, and then they'll just be good forever.
As of right now, whatever today's date is, my
February 28th
NBA championship pick is Memphis.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You think they're going to pull it off? They're a good team.
Yeah, they're so good. They fit well. No one else plays like they do. Mm-hmm. You know, like they just beast mode down low.
They're going completely against the way the rest of the league is going.
Yeah. Gasol is the best defensive player. He's so much fun to watch. My man Zach Randolph tossing elbows and
how many teams are fun to watch? Face.
Every team is fun to watch.
There's a fun game to watch every night.
Yeah.
I mean,
if it's 2 of the 8 best Western Conference teams,
the 10 best.
Yeah.
I mean, you put like maybe not the Suns,
pre-trade Suns,
but the Pelicans are like 9th, and I'll watch any game they play.
Yeah, and healthy Anthony Davis Pelicans and pre-trade Suns were both a blast. Sacramento's kind of oddly fun.
I mean, Cousins is always fun to watch.
Always good for at least something.
Yeah, I love watching the Bucks. The Bucks are a team that I can really get behind and watch.
They're in the East.
Yeah, I know, but okay. I mean, we pretty much.
Yeah. I love watching Giannis.
Yeah.
Taking Euro steps from half court.
His stride is ridiculous.
You see in the Olympic or in the World Cup or whatever they call it, he literally took 3 steps from half court. It's like what? How is that humanly possible? Yeah. It makes no sense.
This is officially the most we've talked about basketball. Except for the last episode we did, we're on a trend.
On a trend,
and we've pretty much caught everybody up on the 2014-2015 NBA basketball
season.
Yeah. I mean, it's the best. It's the best time to bring this podcast back.
Yeah.
How do you? I'm pretty confident about it.
I'm loving it.
I mean, we do live in different cities now. Yeah. But we're gonna try. We're probably gonna do this monthly, just to let you guys know. This isn't gonna be a weekly thing.
Yeah.
Unless we figure something out, technology-wise, and we probably won't.
Can I talk about LA Fitness real quick?
Always. Real quick, listeners. Greg just said he's going to tell a story real quick.
So I rejoined LA Fitness, and after,
what brought you back?
What brought me back was
did they have a party? Did they have a mixer?
Well, we'll get into that. What brought me back was a manic episode.
Oh, okay.
But so I got a phone call from them a couple weeks ago, in which an LA Fitness salesperson told me, "Hey, Greg, this weekend we're having an open house here. Bring anyone you know, everyone you know. There's gonna be games. It's gonna be fun. There's gonna be food from Salad Works." All this kind of stuff.
That's a good place. I'm going to interrupt your story. This is a new thing that I'm trying. I'm not just going to let you talk forever. Yeah. I'm going to interrupt with
please
bits of my own. That's a good, that's a good place for a gym to have food from.
And the
I go to Planet Fitness because it's
a Planet of Fitness.
It's the closest place, and it's $10 a month, and they have free pizza and bagels.
They have free pizza.
They have free pizza once a month and like free bagels every week.
Oh.
It's like the worst food.
Well, the Salad Works is right next door to LA Fitness too. So it's fresh.
It's a good opportunity.
Yeah, a good fresh crouton.
That's just good. 2 local businesses getting together and making something happen.
So what they ended the phone call with is, if you do bring anyone, we're going to want to talk to them about joining because we want more people to belong to the family.
It's like a Scientology gym.
Which what I wanted to do is call them.
Prank call them
and ask for membership. And I'm looking for a gym. And I'm looking for a place that's not just like a lot of workout equipment. I'm looking for a place that's more like a family. Because when I was 14 years old, I came home from school and had discovered the remains of all my family members who'd been slaughtered.
And it just made you want to work out.
Yeah, and I've always just wanted to belong to a family since then. I've been in a series of group homes and foster care because my entire family had been slaughtered.
Did you make this call, or are you just telling me about a prank call plan?
It's a plan. It's a plan. And then I'm going to allege that my family's victimized by the BTK killer. And we'll go from
torture,
there.
kill.
Yeah, we'll go from there.
For those who don't know.
we'll go from there. So I think that might be something I might do today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. We finished some episodes with prank calls.
We
I
have.
think we called Wawa once.
We called a bar.
A bar, yeah.
And asked
about their patronage.
Yeah,
it's a place that serves millionaires.
Yeah, if there are a lot of millionaires there. You called Pal Doubles impersonator, Pal Gasol's impersonator.
Oh, yeah, we did call him.
Yeah, and our favorite episode, possibly. I would say that's my favorite episode.
The Pal Double episode? Yeah. It's great. But we're building new memories.
And new memories.
Yeah. So I think the number one story that we have to talk about this week that
really prompted us to get going with this.
Really pushed us back into the fire of this is the fact that the Sixers.
The fire.
I was so. This is a fire, Greg. It's a fire that we've started and it won't go out. Yeah.
Is our bed music going to be "We Didn't Start the Fire"?
No, it's not. It's going to be It's going to be Eminem. Guess who's back? Slim Shady's back. Or whatever that song's called. Is
it going to be "Fire" by Bruce Springsteen?
I don't know. Maybe
his
now
sexy
it is.
song.
Yeah. It's gonna be The Doors. Do they have a song about fire?
They have a song about fire.
I just know that you don't like The Doors. Yeah. Or fire. You're like Frankenstein.
I'm totally pyro.
You're like doors or fire.
I'm pyrophobic.
Anyway, the Sixers unveiled their new mascot this month.
You'd be pyrophobic too if you saw the burning remains of your family.
I thought they were bined and tortured and killed, not
burned, tortured.
Burned. Tortured, killed.
When you see the flaming embers of your twin brother...
You just don't know how to function. You need a new family.
You just need to do curl work.
You need somebody to spot you on the bench.
I call my bench spotter Daddy. Daddy, can you help me? I'm putting on another 20 in my reps. You don't have to call me Daddy. Okay, Dad.
Father.
Father.
Oh, we're formal. Father.
So
Sixers unveiled their new mascot, Franklin.
Yeah.
The big blue dog. I was excited for it. I watched the live stream.
You were tweeting the live stream.
I was tweeting the live stream for Franklin. It was amazing. He came from the roof. He got stuck a little bit. I got scared. I was hoping an Owen Hart situation would not unveil.
Yeah.
They teased him real hard. They had a bunch of kids there.
Yeah.
He danced.
Yeah.
He's a big blue goofy looking dog because he was drawn by children, which is great. I love that the Sixers are just embracing that.
I will say something, though. I love Franklin, think he's cute. Alana, my wife, noted judge of mascots, not a fan of Franklin.
He looks goofy. He's goofy looking, to say it nicely.
Which is what I want him.
Here's the...
Because before our mascot...
Why did everybody hate hip-hop? I didn't think hip-hop was that bad of a mascot.
I hated hip-hop because he looked like the kind of mascot who, if I was to go to a subway station bathroom at night, he would be there.
That just sounds like a personal nightmare of your own.
Hip-hop was the worst mascot ever.
But...
he was like Poochie from The Simpsons come to life. That's exactly what he was.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. He's like an extreme rabbit.
You know what? I think they unveiled hip hop when I was in like 5th or 6th grade, probably. So it was like, so I didn't hate him because that was like that's a perfect time for somebody to just be like, all right, that's cool.
All right, so imagine this, right? Close your eyes, Aaron. Pretend you're asleep.
Eyes are closed.
And you wake up. Who would you rather be in your face, Franklin or hip hop?
Franklin. That's the happiest. That is the happiest you could possibly wake up. It's a big blue dog. He's gonna hug you and like cuddle with you.
And also,
hip hop's just gonna stand over you like arms crossed, those weird rabbit muscles,
doing like an Arsenio arm, like the Arsenio fan whoop 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 thing that he did, and dunk.
But
and also here's another thing about Franklin. So I was at a game like 2 days before he debuted, and they were teasing him, and he does something called Random Acts of Franklin, in which. Look under your seat. Oh, you can get a free soda.
Nice.
Your free tickets to return to a Sixers game.
Courtesy of Franklin.
On his dime.
Well, here's what we really want to get into. We love Franklin, the dog.
But when you take off that mask.
We found something out. It came out this week. Someone found out the man behind the mask of Franklin.
Yeah.
And his Twitter account.
Yeah.
Has not been kind to the city of Philadelphia.
No.
Or our sports franchises.
No.
And what his name is Enrique?
Darnell Enrique.
Darnell Enrique.
That's it. And we managed.
Yeah.
We reached out.
Because we had
not really, but we reached out.
We reached out to Mr. Enrique because we had to discuss this with him.
And let's introduce him
here. Yeah, he was kind enough to come into the Holding Court podcast. Darnell,
you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Hi. Well, thanks for having me on the show. I guess you guys had some. Thank you for saying you hoped I didn't Owen Hart at my debut.
I was really scared. I was really scared for you, Franklin. Can I call you Franklin, or should I call you Darnell or Mr. Enrique?
If you could call me Darnell.
Darnell?
Or Mr. Enrique.
Okay.
Well, no, Mr. Enrique's my father's father. Call me Darnell.
Okay.
Who's your father's father's father?
We don't know. Sore family history. Anyway, thank you for having me on the show. So you guys, this is a basketball podcast, right?
I thought you. We're a basketball podcast.
Okay.
We talk about the NBA. My favorite team is the Sixers. Greg, you're a full-fledged Sixers fan?
I think I'm all in on the Sixers. Yeah.
Okay, so you're both Sixers fans, and
I like draft picks.
You guys have a lot of those.
I like the
second round picks.
I like the promise of maybe getting draft picks. I don't even like.
Yeah.
That's enough for me.
Yeah.
Right. And my team has gotten rid of all their draft picks.
The Sixers? Wait,
no, we need to see. I'm not here in an official capacity, though. You guys made that clear.
Yeah.
That I'm not here.
You're here as
in my job as representative of the Sixers.
You're here as Darnell.
That's only when I have the outfit on. When I will say this now. When I am portraying Franklin, which I do professionally, I am all in on that. That is, I become that character. I embrace Franklin when I put the suit on.
So you have a love of...
Just like a police officer, when he puts the uniform on, he is there to protect and to serve. I am there to protect and serve the Sixers fan base when I put the dog suit on. But today, I'm not wearing the suit, so I'm here in an unofficial capacity. Mm-hmm. The team doesn't know I'm here. I could probably get in trouble for this, but I wanted to kind of just get it all out there. And you guys told me, what's your weekly listenership? 150,000?
Yeah, it's about that.
I accept that. I just wanted to get
we're in
kind of my point of view on the story out there, because it's
the only podcast more listened to ours is Serial.
I'm not familiar with that, but is it about the breakfast?
It's really great. I mean, it's revolutionized podcasting.
Yeah.
Is it about? I am a Cocoa Krispies person.
Okay.
Is that what?
It's
the
We'll talk to you about that off air.
Okay.
Because I don't think either of us is actually.
I don't think we want to. We don't want to get into
Serial. It's called. Okay.
Podcast shop talk.
I'll look for it. Okay. I just kind of wanted to clear my name and just kind of. I had to block my Twitter and Facebook accounts because I was getting harassed a lot.
Tough stuff came out about you.
Yeah. Well,
did you have to put one of those these tweets are my own on your Twitter?
I just blocked it. Only my friends can see my tweets now. I had tried just putting that, these are my thoughts, not the thoughts of Franklin the dog, because he's a mascot. He can't think, but people don't get that.
I like to think that mascots can think.
Well, okay.
I
don't think you went to mascot school, which I did. So,
wait, mascot school?
Yeah, I went to the New York High School for the Performing Arts, like Fame, that kind of thing. I actually went there as part of their Young Mascots program. It's for future mascots.
That sounds like something I would have really enjoyed doing if I.
Yeah, it was a great program. New York public schools are amazing. We had 2 San Diego Chickens came out of that program.
Holy shit! Did the Fanatic or is he?
No. The Phillies are not the kind of organization that would take advantage. I feel the type of product that comes out of that.
I feel like I hit a sore spot mentioning the Fanatic.
The Fanatic
to another
Philly-based mascot.
Yeah.
Look, I took this job, to be perfectly honest, as a stepping stone. Mm-hmm. You have as a mascot, there's only so many jobs out there. There's only so many professional sports teams, and we all pretty much refuse to do the MLS because soccer is just it's a non.
We can all agree.
We can all agree soccer sucks.
They are just the worst. So to have a job in the NBA, even if it is with the worst organization in the NBA, is still worth something in my industry. It's kind of like, having an MBA from like Temple. It's, you'd rather have one from Harvard, but Temple's okay.
I went to Temple.
But it's in Philadelphia, so let's not. All right. So having this job with the Sixers means a lot to me from a professional level, as in I can finally maybe one day get to New York, which is where I'm from, to be a mascot with one of their teams. If I could be Mr. Met, that would be amazing.
Mr. Met.
Yeah, for the New York Mets.
No, I know.
Okay,
I'm aware of Mr. Met.
Even with the Nets, I don't know who their mascot is right now. I've never been to Brooklyn. I'm from Queens, so the train is kind of hard to get there. But I want this job to go well so I can move on to a better city and a better team, because it's horrible here. Philadelphia is really a terrible city with terrible people. And again, I'm not here in an official capacity. I'm just speaking on my behalf. Trying to clear my name here.
I recently moved to New York from Philadelphia.
Right, because you recognize how terrible Philadelphia is.
No, I really miss it here. I mean, I feel...
Oh, that's sad.
I feel great. Every time I come back, it's just this is home. I mean, maybe that's how you feel, you want to go back to New York because that's home for you. But I mean, I feel like that every time.
Yeah, I've lived here my whole adult life pretty much, and I'm originally from outside New York, and I mean, everyone's got their own preferences. I know people who lived in Philly, and it didn't really click.
Well, I've lived other places. I mean, I interned in San Jose as the Shark for the San Jose Sharks. Sunday games, he had off on Sundays, so I was the Sunday Shark.
Okay.
And so I lived there, and San Jose gets a bad rap as a terrible city that lives in the shadow of San Francisco, and that's true. Kind of like Philadelphia lives in the shadow of New York, but San Jose had great tacos, and Philadelphia does not have any good food. So,
what is your major beef with us
with Philadelphia
as a city? Yeah.
The people have been incredibly rude to me. Every time I've brought up the superiority of New York food, New York beverages, New York sports teams, New York education, the women in New York are much more attractive.
How much time have you actually spent?
Women's butts here are tiny.
How long have you been in Philadelphia? How long have you been here?
Let's see. I got the job a few months ago. I had to go through training in the Bahamas. So I moved here, I guess 6 or 7 months ago. I mean, when we were still doing prototypes too, I was down here getting fitted for the suit. Yeah, so 7 months I've lived here, I guess. Longest 7 months of my life.
Everything you're saying to me sounds like bad stereotypes of Philadelphia.
Yeah, what New Yorkers have of Philadelphia.
You're just reading some bad listicle from
BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed. Why New York is better than Philly.
Yeah, I mean, BuzzFeed generally is right about most things, and I think they just really nailed it with the Philadelphia things.
They nailed it with 23.
I think it was 24. Things. It was 24 things that you'll hate about Philadelphia.
Well, it's usually a random prime number they use.
Yeah, I think that's what made this one different. Was it was an even
something
number.
You can multiply. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's 24 has many, divisors, I guess they're called. So, yeah, I found everything to pretty much be true. And again, the sports team thing, I think I've been taking the most flack for, because it's true, I'm a Knicks fan. I'm a Mets and Yankees fan.
You're a Knicks fan, and you're saying that the Sixers are the worst organization in basketball right now.
Absolutely.
I just want to point out that that's a little
much.
I mean, how closely do you follow basketball? Because the Knicks they're not good now or in a position to be good anytime soon.
Well, I understand that the Knicks, from a purely, looking at the records, that the Knicks are not doing very well this year.
The worst in the league.
I feel like as far as just the feel of the team and the kind of the aura around them that the Knicks are a far superior organization, and I will just allow that to speak for the organization.
I mean, I have gone to a game. We went to a Knicks game at Madison Square Garden, and it is a really it's an amazing experience.
Yeah,
it really is. Yeah.
So are you? I've been posting on Facebook lately about my absolute hatred of Carmelo Anthony,
who's my favorite player.
But he's did you read the ESPN magazine article about his business entrepreneurship?
Of course, I cut it out and it's now on I put it up on my wall, kind of like a poster.
That photo of him.
Yeah, no, the whole article. I mean, I have the whole thing on my wall. Yeah, I just have a whole wall devoted to the Knicks.
And you've been to his website, IamMellow.com?
Yeah, I have it bookmarked. Yeah, my Internet Explorer has bookmarks. I understand how this works.
Okay.
I am a huge fan of him and what he's doing. I feel like...
Have you met him? Do you know him?
No, unfortunately, here's the thing.
Or Lala?
The Knicks, because of how impressive they are as an organization and how much power they have, they do tend to like to keep the players separate from the fans. But that's understandable. There's so many rabid fans for such an amazing organization that something tragic could end up happening.
Yeah.
So we don't, I haven't really had a lot of contact. I obviously have friends in the organization that I've met through my years of mascotting, and I dealt drugs in New York for a while. But despite my connections, it's still tough to get in with the players.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Sure.
That's what I'm here for. Tattoo on your forearm, does that really say JD and the Straight Shot?
All right.
James
James
Dolan's
band, the owner of the Knicks, of course. He is in a blues rock band.
Yeah.
And
Voodoo Stew is my favorite song of theirs.
Not my thing necessarily musically, but one of my friends who claimed to be the biggest fan in our group of the Knicks, he got a tattoo of Willis Reed's handprint on his back.
That's all right.
Which was pretty cool. But I thought I can still one up that. Like, what's the craziest Knicks tattoo I can get? And I was like, getting JD in the Straight Shot tattoo would really be over the top. So I
to say the least.
Yeah. So I did that, and I don't regret it.
No.
No.
Have you seen them live?
No. Again, they're not really my cup of tea musically.
What's your cup of tea musically?
Drake. I only listen to Drake now.
Okay.
He's the best.
He started from the bottom.
Here's the thing. Yeah, and now he's here. So, like, why would you listen to anything else? That's kind of my point. Like, yeah, okay, the Knicks right now may not be the best team in basketball, but they're the best team in basketball history. I mean, they invented basketball. The Knickerbockers were the first when they came over here from Europe. Like, they were the first basketball team. So,
wait, what?
If you don't know Knicks history, that's on you, buddy. I don't know what they teach in Philadelphia schools, but we had a whole year of New York sports team history in New York public schools.
Well, especially when you go to mascot school.
Yeah, it's
sure.
probably...
Well, I had it before that. That was for high school. I mean...
that was in like your core...
PS34, we actually learned about... There was a whole year, it was 4th grade, where you just do New York sports team history. So you do like the Knicks, the Yankees, the Mets, the Giants, not the Jets too much.
Not the Cosmos.
The Pele thing gets brought up, but that's pretty much it.
I have a question that is a little off topic, and I apologize.
That's okay. Like I said, I'm just here to let people know that I'm a decent person who loves the Knicks.
What are your feelings on Michael Rappaport? I feel like you might be...
In what capacity? I enjoy some of the films he's in.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like he might be right up your alley.
He's a huge basketball fan,
Knicks
huge
history.
Fan.
He did that documentary about Madison Square Garden.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I never really thought about it like that. He probably is my favorite actor now that you put it that way. Okay, De Niro is my favorite actor, but that's standard. I don't know why you would say anybody else.
Like saying the Beatles is your favorite
Right,
band.
Exactly. So more contemporary, maybe a little under the radar. Yeah, Michael Rappaport's probably the greatest actor of our generation. I don't know if you guys saw the film Big Fan.
Yeah.
Patton Oswalt's in it.
I mean, that's kind of like...
I know you guys are comedian guys, so you may have seen it.
So, I mean, that is also another parallel. Rappaport played a Philadelphia fan in that movie.
Right.
He played Philadelphia Phil.
Right.
In that movie, and he is a rabid New York fan.
Right.
So he must...
That's his range.
He would be a great person.
That's his range. He actually did a flawless Philadelphia accent in that film, and was the perfect Philadelphia sports fan, and that's his
Yeah.
range. And to be able to go against,
I feel like again he played kind of a bad stereotype, but I'm just saying, like his experience in having to play a Philadelphia.
From my point of view, that was as dead on as a Philadelphia portrayal as you can.
I mean, how do you feel about Patton Oswalt's portrayal of a New York sports fan?
See, I didn't like that.
He's kind of
they kind of made him like a sad sack, kind of a schlub, and obviously there are New York sports fans who are like that, but that shouldn't really be shown in a film. I feel like that's there's so much glamour involved with loving these teams. Like we have the creme de la creme.
You seem to think it's like a status thing to just be a fan of these sports teams.
Yeah, like it doesn't even seem like you like really like the team so much as just like that whole New York.
I have
like somebody who just like puts on a Yankees hat.
Well, which one? I have Yankees hats in blue, red, green, orange.
Do you just have like the regular Yankees hat?
What do you mean?
Like the one the players would wear.
What color is that one?
Like a navy blue, black kind of hue.
That one? No, I don't have that.
The Jay-Z one? The one Jay-Z
wears? Right. Jay-Z's hat. Yeah, no, I don't have that one because Jay-Z already owns that. So why would I compete with the master?
He made the Yankee hat more famous than a Yankee can.
Yeah.
It's a direct quote.
Yeah, it is.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
It's true. He says that.
No,
I assume he says that. I believe he says that. I don't think.
You think that he's overstating?
Yeah, his importance to Yankees history.
I don't know. I mean, who's heard of like Lou Gehrig at this point? But everyone knows Jay-Z. Does Jay-Z have a disease though? Like named after him?
Not yet.
He will. So, yeah, then it'll be a moot point.
Now, just to bring it back to Philadelphia, right? Now you've been here
7 months.
7 months. Have you gotten to, we're more than just food, and...
I've read that. That's your slogan now, right? It went from more than just food.
More than just food,
right? Yeah. From City of Brotherly Love. No, I remember reading that.
But have you gone to like Independence Hall, the Liberty Bell, any of like the history
Constitution Center?
No, because I live out in the suburbs, so this is actually I basically just go to the arena and back to my place in Glen Olden.
So you don't actually like really spend a lot of time in
the city?
Yeah.
No, in this city? That's insane. Why would I do that?
Because it's a great city.
Have you heard the things that go on here?
Yeah, I mean, I live in the city. I live in the city. You are actually in the city right now.
Yeah, I know, and that was really, really depressing to me when I found out I was going to have to come here to do this. I was hoping you guys would come to my place.
In Glen.
I don't want to get into that right now. Your fans don't need to hear about that. 100,000 people do not care about that. So. I understand. Okay, so I understand. I've been told this by other people that I need to get out and experience more. But there is a great Irish pub at the corner of my block in the suburbs. There's 2 Chili's in either direction within a half mile. And that's really all I need because I don't want to find out what other kind of roach-infested meat and cheese sandwiches you guys are offering that you consider food. I can't get a decent pasta fazool down here at all. Not that I've tried, but I just know I can't.
I mean, you should probably go like South Philadelphia, like old traditional Italian neighborhood. Plenty of good pasta there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're more than just food.
But we are more than just food.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fine. Let's get off the food thing then. You guys have the history here.
We've got a great arts scene here. Yeah. We've got a couple of the greatest collections of art in questionable museums.
I mean, New York has the greatest collection of art in the entire world. Yankee Stadium, it's amazing. There's portraits of every Yankees hero in there. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's amazing.
Yeah, I went to the new Yankee Stadium. It wasn't that.
Well, okay, it's not. I mean, the stadium itself sounds crazy old, but there's actually in there. There's amazing artwork. So I'm not really concerned about the art thing. The history thing, I'm familiar with what went on here, the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, things like that.
I mean, yeah, you probably learned that in school before your New York sports history class.
Yeah, we touched on it, and honestly, those are not things I'm necessarily supportive of. on a personal level.
You're not supportive of
Declaration
of Declaration of Independence or the Constitution.
I think the jury's still out. I think we're still. It's a work in progress. So far, I don't think it's worked out particularly well.
It's like
this was tough for me moving to Philadelphia. I took this job because it's a step into the mascotting world for me, which is important. But this is not a place I really wanted to be for many reasons. And this is another one: is that this is kind of the home of the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, the kind of war for liberty. Whereas,
the cradle.
The cradle of liberty
of our nation.
Whereas I feel like we probably would have been better off if we just would have stayed part of the United Kingdom, kind of like Canada did. Because you look at Canada now, and it's in a much better place than we are.
Canada is an independent country.
Their money is worth nothing right now.
Yeah, but
they have no.
They stayed.
Did you just hear? Wait, I just want to point out. Did you hear just what I said? Because that's something that I know. That their money's not worth it.
I'm glad you know
I know
exchange
one
rates right now.
thing of fight. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah,
it's awful right now. They're in a terrible place.
Well, that sucks for the Raptors then, because I'm assuming they pay their players, and God, I would love to be the Raptor. Oh man, playing a dinosaur.
What would be?
Really
what is your dream? Growing up as a.
Oh well, obviously,
young mascot.
The dream is to be the Knickerbocker. To be the Knicks mascot.
Do the Knicks? They don't have a mascot.
No, but I mean to inspire them to have a mascot.
You want to be the first.
This guy is so amazing.
Yeah.
We need to create the
mascot.
mascot.
Need to create Mr.
Nick Knickerbocker to be our mascot because of this guy who's just such an amazing, inspirational person.
Yeah.
In the mascotting realm.
How are mascots usually? I'm all over the place, and I'm sorry, but I'm very interested in that. How are mascots usually developed? Because like we were talking about earlier, the Sixers mascot was developed by a kids-only design team, and I'm really behind that.
Yeah, that was a mistake. But we've made the best of it, and the suit fits pretty well, and I can see out of it fairly well. I can dance in it, which is good.
You dance very well.
Thank
I was
you.
A real big fan of your moves.
Thank you, New York Public Schools.
I would just real quick. I think before. Did you say before? You think America should be a?
Hold on, you guys want to know? You guys are asking me questions about mascotting. You're asking me questions about the problems with the United States.
I'm all over the place.
Look, it just kind of hit me that you think America should still be a colony.
This is fine. There are two things. There are three things. There are three things I'm really passionate about: New York City, being a mascot, and how America was created under false and incorrect pretenses. These are three things I believe strongly, and so we can talk about all of them. It's fine. I feel like the United States was better off. I would have been a loyalist.
Under the crown?
I absolutely would have been a loyalist.
You been a Tory?
Absolutely. I absolutely would have supported staying as part of the Union, maybe with some more autonomy, but generally still being under under the crown.
I'm not one to buck this system.
And do you still think we should be under the crown?
I don't like to
I am actually a member of an organization. There's not many of us, but we do exist, of people who wish to return to the United Kingdom. There is a loyalist.
Is there a plan?
There is a loyalist. There is a loyalist underground, if you will, still active in this country. We are nonviolent. I assure you of that right now. I don't want any kind of NSA activity to come as part of this. We are dedicated to the nonviolent return of the United States to the United Kingdom.
Wait. What benefits? Why do you want to return to England right now?
Well, it's funny.
I'm fine with United Kingdom.
It's kind of a prestige thing. Again, it kind of plays into my whole. I'm very big into prestige. So again, if you're going to be associated,
so the United Kingdom is like the New York City of the world.
Exactly. New York is the greatest city in the world. New York has the greatest sports teams in the world. I'm from New York. I'm going to be a fan of the greatest sports teams in the world. The greatest empire the world ever saw was the United Kingdom. And kind of what hurt that was us leaving. We owe it to them to return, to finish that destiny, to make the greatest dynasty the world has ever seen.
Now, do you think
we're talking
almost like the New York Yankees?
I mean, we're not talking three-peats here. We're talking world domination, 4 Pete's, 5 Pete's, 27 Pete's.
Not 1, not 2,
We're
not
gonna,
3.
I mean, any world war that could come, anything. We would be an amazing power. We're allied right now with them, but it's not the same.
Don't you think the United States would be bringing a lot to the table in that arrangement, like in that merging of powers?
Oh, sure. I mean,
like
but
we would be bringing a lot.
You kind of look at corporate mergers, and every once in a while you'll see something that's like, well, why would that company merge with that company? Maybe one has more assets like we do, but the other one has a richer history. Like if Microsoft and Google were to merge, like Google obviously has more power than Microsoft right now. I feel like it's a more.
But Microsoft has.
But Microsoft has like
iconic status.
Yeah, exactly, and that's Britain is
like that Windows logo is the Yankees hat of.
Or the Union Jack. I mean, the flag's a big part of it too. We are much bigger fans of the Union Jack than the American flag. It's a better flag.
I can get with you on that.
I mean, yeah, any.
Wait.
Yeah, I mean, any.
I appreciate I'm sitting next to CDs right now. I'm sitting next to my Pulp CD right now.
Oh, I mean, just look at the music. It's not even close.
I mean, I might actually give you that. I might actually concede that to you, but I don't think just because I like the Clash a lot and some Britpop kind of the Clash.
I'm not familiar with that.
You don't know? You like everything English, but you don't know who the Clash is.
No, sorry. Were they like a reggae band?
Of sorts, actually.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you don't know, do you know who Madness is or
John Madness? Oh, Madden. No, sorry.
Or Oasis.
No.
Libertines.
No.
All right. Well,
Libertines is like what the Americans were to the British, right? Hey, yeah. Is that right?
Yeah. So now here's a question for you. You're so gung ho about New York.
I'm gonna look up Libertines on my dictionary app. You guys talk.
Wanting to join, you're so gung ho New York.
Yeah.
You also want to essentially. Surrender our freedom.
Imagine a country that has London and New York in it.
I was going to ask what you prefer, London or New York.
Well, New York's obviously better than London.
Have you been to
London's
London?
the second best city in the world. So why wouldn't you want the first and second best city? Kind of like having Amari and having Carmelo is having the first and second best players in the NBA. Now, obviously, that is gone now, but that was how it was. They had the first and second best players in the NBA.
Well, I don't think that they were the first and second best.
From a prestige standpoint, they were.
I was kind of close on that Libertine thing. Keep going.
Okay. We'll agree to disagree.
Once they became Knicks, though, it was different.
Yeah. I mean, neither of them really delivered anything.
That's okay, though. It's not like that with the Knicks. It's you can't understand. You're not a Knicks fan,
Yeah, no.
It's really hard to understand to communicate with you people.
Are you okay today with the death of Anthony Mason?
Oh yeah, sorry to
wait.
Yeah, he really passed away. You don't seem like you know who Anthony Mason is.
I know. I was a huge fan of him as a kid. I didn't realize he died. How much money did he leave behind?
I didn't read any articles about his wealth.
No. I'm sure it was a lot. He's very prestigious.
I can go to celebritynetworth.com.
That's all right. Let's just move on. I'd rather not think about it. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to process that while I'm trying to answer your questions here.
Yeah. Now, just to clear, right now, you would be happy.
Can I give you a tissue or something?
No, I'll be all right. Yeah. I'll just use my sleeve.
Right now, essentially, from your political belief about England, right? Is
not just mine. There are hundreds of us. So please go on.
Okay, you would be fine right now if the Queen was to sit in the Oval Office.
Or fine with that.
Where would
I would encourage it?
The Capitol.
So there's several different opinions on what we should do. Generally, we would probably have a setup where there would be a legislative capital, which could be New York, where the United Nations are now. We would just kind of kick them out, and then we could kind of have the actual executive capital would be London. So that's where the prime minister / president and the queen could stay. And then we would have maybe DC would become like the judicial capital. So we would have different,
kind of a power sharing
like
agreement.
Bolivia.
So it would be different from. So we would go back to. So there would be no taxation without representation, right? There would be none of that.
Of course not.
Tyranny going on. So we would
and
have representation.
we would get the benefits of being part of the British Empire, which is things like the crown jewels, driving on the other side of the road.
Would we be able to vote for like members of parliament?
Absolutely. I mean, it would. We would kind of combine. The
'cause
political systems, but it would generally be more of their system.
I mean, that was really the main beef that we had, right?
That's the thing. Like this,
treating us like like kid brothers and not giving us a say.
They weren't giving us the kind of respect that we were due, and it's all about respect.
I can get behind that.
Really?
It's respect. Yeah, I can totally.
Right.
Get behind
I mean that your founding fathers.
Respect.
I say your because I don't consider myself an American citizen, but I say your founding fathers weren't giving the due respect to the British Crown. I feel like they were not understanding enough of the trials of having this overseas across an entire ocean colony to be responsible for and to fund, and we really were like a burden on. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. That's exactly the word.
On the empire.
We were a burden on them, and to just kind of cast that off and write this Declaration of Independence with all this grandiose language.
I mean, it is just kind of like I could write a letter right now to like my parents and be like, "Hey, I'm declaring
an emancipated
my
minor."
From you.
Exactly.
Like,
it
doesn't mean anything.
It's like an emancipated minor. It's the same thing.
You're 31 years old.
I'm still financially dependent on my father.
Right. So it's like him writing a letter to his like, "Dear Dad, like I don't need your money anymore," but like like he still does. We still needed Britain. And things have never been right since.
And we just pretended we were okay.
Look at how horrible things have been here. There's fat people everywhere.
There's fat people in England.
No, I don't think so.
I've never seen a fat.
Have you
British
been to
person.
England?
I've seen pictures. I've seen all Guy Ritchie movies.
Wait.
Great movies.
Yeah, exactly. They're perfect movies, actually. The language has suffered. The language here is. It's insane how much it's drifted from the perfect British English.
Don Cheadle is my favorite character in the Ocean's 11 series of movies.
Who's Don Cheadle?
Don Cheadle is he's the black one.
I don't see color.
I'm sorry. He's the one who speaks with a British accent.
Well, then he's probably the best. He's probably the best character then. Things could have been so much better. I just see potential everywhere for how much more this country could have been if we never really became a country, if we just stayed part of the crown. And
that's horrible. That's like a complete missing. Like I said, I love England. I love I love British culture.
Then perfect. You'll love this country that we're going to create.
But I also America's kind of like almost anyone who's not deranged would probably say America, despite our faults and flaws that are obvious, but we provide more opportunity than anyone ever. And
maybe if 250 years ago we didn't break off from England, just imagine where we would have been, right? I mean, that's what you're trying to say.
I mean, the
right?
only this kind of ties in with what we're talking about. The only things that America has done better in the past 200 some years than England did was sports.
Because soccer,
right? Soccer is, let's be honest, and cricket is incomprehensible. But we've done great things with sports, so we would bring that to the partnership, whereas they would bring things like the food, the accent, the prestige, the driving on the proper side of the road, sailing. They're better sailors than we are. So they would bring
music. We've covered
the music thing.
Arts.
We already went over. Drake's Canadian too, so that he is
a part of the empire.
Yeah, so he's perfect.
That's right.
He fits right in. We would be reunited with Australia, kind of, which is important to me, because we haven't really been united with them since Pangea, technically. But that would be an important connection, I think, for us to reestablish, and really just to kind of take our place in the world as the dominant country.
We would be like overall.
I mean, a dominant. Like we're already the dominant country, but we could be more prestigious.
But we would be like
we could be the Knicks of countries.
Thank you. Yes, that's all I'm trying to say here. Instead of being the garbage Philadelphia of countries that we are right now.
I mean,
like we would be.
Like this
you're kind of essentially saying
city.
like this great country would be great if we were to take like a subservient role in it.
Yes, if we were to be subservient to Britain, we would still be better than we are right now, which is the best country on earth, except for Britain. That's my point.
Yeah, why be number 2
when you can be number 1.5?
I mean, it's like
Philadelphia
is the
1.5 is better than 2.
Philadelphia is the 6th borough to New York.
I don't agree with that. It's more like the 9th. But that's like there's.
It's kind of like a nickname.
There's a bunch
it's kind of like a
North
nickname. Of Philadelphia. So if like on a smaller scale, if Philadelphia just said, "Hey, we're just gonna admit that we are
also my
a
one boy,
lesser part of New York City,"
we gave 6 borough status officially to my one boy who moved from Queens to Utica when I was in 9th grade. We got him a little plaque that said 6 borough. So that's the 6 borough.
But I mean, I'm just trying to say if Philadelphia
I get your
do
point.
the same thing
I get your point.
with New York as the United States would do with Britain.
Yeah, if Philadelphia were willing to move to New York, oh boy, there's just so much trash here, though. I don't know if that might be too much. See, I feel like Britain could take us on because they already have some dead weight with Scotland, so they could probably take some more. But I don't know if New York could handle it. It could absorb just such an awful hit, like it would from taking on Philadelphia.
But New York is the greatest. I mean, New York can take on anything.
Oh, I don't know, man. We'd have. I mean, that's really kind of. I think that's maybe the limits. But you're probably right. New York could probably handle it. I think
that New York
more cautious. That's all.
I think that New York could totally handle it.
Like this is truly.
I mean, just like Britain,
the most
handle taking us back.
I mean, we've talked with some insane people, in the past, right?
Other mascots?
No, I mean we talked with Delonte West's manager at Home Depot, who
had a lot of great ideas.
Like was this completely insane libertarian, and you briefly subscribed to that. We had the Wisconsin man who got hit in the head and believed he was Dikembe Mutombo and wanted you to crush South Sudan.
That makes sense.
And you almost went to Africa to fight.
I bought my ticket.
Yeah, you almost flew into Dar es Salaam to join a revolutionary member.
Oh, I also want to restore Rhodesia. That's another part of our bringing back the British Crown to Africa too.
So you want to retake Zimbabwe?
Well, I mean, once America gets back together.
Once America and Britain are rejoined.
I mean, there's no stopping.
Yeah, I mean,
you're legitimately Aaron, willing to become a subservient country.
No, we're gonna have farms in Africa.
Why don't you want to be better? I mean, it's okay to admit that someone is your better and let them lead you.
I think Aaron is starting to understand kind of why be a Sixers fan when you can be a Knicks fan. Why be an American when you can be a Brit?
I moved from Philly to New York. I admitted that Philadelphia was a subpar place to be, and I moved to the.
I thought you said you missed it here.
I thought that I missed it, but I think it's just nostalgia. I think it's just memories. I have good memories in Philadelphia. It's
I would hope so.
Good things happened here. I lived here for a good part of my life, but I mean now I realize that. I mean I realize why I left. I realize why I went on to a better place, and I mean I think America has to do that too. I think that America needs to admit defeat, admit that we are a second-class country, and that we could be more if we go back to our roots.
If we can reunite and fulfill the destiny that we gave up in the 1700s by
we gave away our birthright,
turning against our parents, basically.
Yeah, we gave away our birthright. We said, "Hey, we're going to do this on our own," and we didn't make it.
We disobeyed our parents.
We got it back.
It failed.
We left the nest.
It failed.
We left the nest, and
it's
we weren't
obvious
ready.
It failed.
And we have to go back to the nest. We have to go back to that British nest with our mouths open
the
and
world wars we won.
Chew up some worms. spit them in our mouth, feed us. Feed us, nurture us.
Yeah.
You're really just not believing in, like, remembering, like, the 200 plus years of history since.
God save the Queen.
It's still going to be a democracy, okay? You know, things aren't going to change that much. We're going to have universal health care, which is going to be great for a lot of people.
I think for a little while we should relinquish our representation. I think we should.
Let them
when
kind of
we
show
first,
the way.
when we first join them, we should.
I
mean, they know
that's
what
something
they're
we've
doing.
considered too. Yeah, of just they are the
okay.
experts.
So I'm not bringing anything new to the table.
No, it's. I mean,
you guys have thought all this through.
Yeah, they're the experts. You want to follow.
We should just let.
Why do your taxes yourself when you can go to H&R Block?
Yeah, we don't need.
Let the experts.
We don't need
so
to say
you're okay without having any representation.
At first, at least. I mean, maybe it'll go really.
Maybe
it'll
one
go
day
really well. We won't need to. But I mean, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They have it all covered.
Have you seen the way British Parliament works?
I've seen it on
perfect.
It's very. I mean, it's entertaining. Every government system.
Do they still wear wigs? Because I'm totally down.
They're going to wear more wigs once we combine. That's another part of the. We really want to bring that wig thing back hard.
Like what? Like America.
The prestige involved with wearing a powdered wig has really never been matched in any other kind of clothing.
Like, what is it? What are you envisioning? Like, America just becomes like this factory town of wig building, where like all Americans make no money. And
if they're going to need wigs,
British politicians,
they're going to need more wigs, and they're going to need somebody to make the wigs. And like factory
jobs may not be glamorous, but a lot of people in this country got by on factory jobs for a long time.
They put food on the table. They feed your kids' mouths.
And eventually those jobs will blossom into something better because they're British jobs. That's kind of the point.
That is
maybe they'll be making like Jaguars instead of wigs one day, and that's pretty much as great as it gets.
Jaguar manufacturing.
Yeah, I mean, what else would you want to make? They're the best cars there are.
The height of luxury.
Yeah, they're very luxurious. I think Carmelo drives one, so why would you want any other kind of? He's, I think, got 3 or 4 of them. And that's his favorite brand of car.
When's your next when is the next meeting?
I'm glad you asked. So we're generally based out of New York, so I've been going up when I can for the meetings. But we are opening a Philadelphia chapter.
I mean, I live in New York now, but
so
I can do both.
What I'm saying is I need help opening this chapter because right now it's just me and one other guy, and to be honest, so if you are willing to actually become one of the co-founders of the Philadelphia chapter of the Loyalist movement, it's the new loyalist. We're neo-loyalists.
I like the sound.
Neo-loyalists.
I really like the sound of that.
This is insane.
The Philadelphia neo-loyalist chapter.
It's insane to not admit.
We want our first meeting in 3 weeks. Are you willing?
I'm in.
Are you okay?
No, I'm in.
You're in.
I'm all in.
That's fine. I just need you to do one other thing, and we all do this. And I think it'd be good for you to do it actually on the podcast, so we can kind of give people a sense of
how dedicated I am.
And just let people know what's going on.
Okay, yeah.
You have to take a loyalty oath to the crown.
I mean,
you're willing to do it right now?
I'm fine. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, I'm right now.
Okay.
This is.
Shut up, Greg.
Hold on. I have my.
Greg, I told you I'm not going to let you just take over
Greg,
this podcast
please,
like you used
relax.
to do. Okay, we're back.
I need to get my pocket.
Aaron, I can't let you denounce your country.
Greg,
hold on.
Greg,
I'm
an
going to lose
adult.
his citizenship or anything. All citizenships are going to be merged. I need to get out my pocket Magna Carta so you can take the oath on it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Greg, it's fine. Greg, stop looking at me like that.
This is absolutely baffling.
It makes more sense than anything I've ever.
This is a real constitution.
I've ever done.
This is what a decent constitution looks like. All right. So are you ready?
Yes.
All right.
I've never been more ready.
All right. Your hands on the Magna Carta. Good. Okay. I, Aaron Hertzog, do solemnly swear to uphold Her Majesty and her subjects loyalty, wishes and beliefs. I said that wrong. It's all right.
I said
from here.
It's all right.
No, please don't say that part. From here.
No, please. Okay, I'm sorry. From here
to the South Pacific.
Wait.
Just relax. We're going back there too. To the colonies in Africa, which will be reclaimed.
To the colonies in Africa, which will be reclaimed.
I say all this.
I say
of
all
free,
this.
Of free will.
Of free will.
And of sound mind.
And of sound mind.
God save the Queen.
God save the Queen.
All right, you're in.
Greg, we did it.
Well, you're now outnumbered by neo-loyalists in here, so...
Yeah.
How does that feel?
This is the most insane thing. Aaron,
it's the most sane thing. It makes more sense than anything.
Allegiance to the Queen of England.
The Queen, God save
Aaron
the
is
Queen.
willing to give his life up to a higher power. The crown.
The crown.
What about being an American?
He's still going to be an American. He's going to be a British American.
I'm a British American. British first, American second.
The way it should have been in the first place.
I'm a British American.
I'm completely I can't process this at all.
Somebody's coming up the steps. Is this house bugged?
Is somebody?
No, it's my dog, who is an American dog.
Is your dog bugged?
My dog is not bugged. She has Frontline, the tick and flea removal thing.
Well,
so
I hope you
literally
understand my
not bugged.
paranoia, but your country here has had a lousy track record recently with...
I've seen some
surveillance.
Netflix documentaries.
Yeah,
I'm not disagreeing with our imperfections. I just think resorting to becoming a subservient colony,
Greg, I think that you
especially
are
not subservient,
at the behest of a mascot.
I think you're holding on
at the behest of Franklin,
just because of nostalgia.
Who's named after Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah,
who spent a lot of time
in France.
Which is close to England.
Which is closer to England. So, look.
Plus, that's not him. That's just who he... Franklin's just a stepping stone.
I've said too much already. I'm glad we got this out in the open, but there are people who are watching us and who are after us who don't necessarily agree with the kind of things I said here today.
I mean, I'm fine. I'm fine with that.
I just
want you to say that I'm totally prepared for that. I am totally used. I'm kind of used to
being followed.
Just having having people against me.
Okay, well,
for the most part.
Good, because you're going to have to.
I mean,
it's going to be tough. I mean, it's tough. This is not a popular view.
But we can do. I mean, we can spread the good word.
And we will.
You can spread the good word to renounce your freedom.
No, not your freedom. Your willingness to submit to the corrupt United States government that was founded on false pretenses by a bunch of sissies who were mad about taxes.
Yeah. All right,
a bunch of petulant children.
Yeah, just cry, baby, and.
I can't deal with this. I
fine.
Really can't.
Well,
Aaron, of all the things you've been swayed to believe, this is the saddest, most pathetic.
Greg, this is. I can't. I thought you were my friend. This is I've never felt more alive. I've never felt more sure of something.
I need to catch the train back to Glen Olden.
Yeah, and I need to get back to New York.
And I am not comfortable at all spending another minute in this hellhole of a city. So, Aaron and I have things to discuss. If you guys are quite finished here,
yeah. I think that wraps it up for the week.
I guess so.
I mean, welcome back to the Holding Court podcast, everybody.
Aaron Hertzog has denounced America.
God save the Queen.